everybody, Excited Utterance here. My name's Hella, and this is Suni. Don't trust this cat. Don't trust this cat. Every day she's getting more and more naughty. Yes, Seraph is back behind that wall, getting more and more annoyed. Indeed, yes. It's another lovely Sunday afternoon for your people. For you people, it's a lovely another Monday morning for me. For me, I am having my coffee. It's nice and strong. Cheers, everybody. I have my lovely shiny Hella light here. I don't care that it's probably blasting your eyes out. I need it to keep me awake. Today's a very special episode, and I'm going to bring in my co-host,
Hey.
Dali.
Hey. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Peachy.
Look at the people. Hello, bye, friends. Nice pink hand there. Not gay at all. No. Late and LGBT. That's very politically correct of you, Mavka. Hey, Mavka. Snibbles. How are you, Snibbles, with the fire D's? It's so good to see you. Today is going to be so much fun. If I do say so myself, today is going to be so much fun. JMK is here, and Melissa Simmock is here, and Half Irish is here with a little, you know what, you've got your own emojis. Did you know you have your own emojis? And you look like trouble in the emojis too. Yes, you do. You do. Where's Babu?
He's sleeping.
Sent me a disgusting video of Babu or Junior yesterday. It was gross, and not just disgusting. It was not very cat-like because Junior just went to jump off the desk and went splat.
Yeah.
Now that was not very cat-like.
No.
At all. There was also catulence.
Yes.
Involved. Yes. Shell Marie, good to see you. And Ashley, hi. Alrighty, today we have a special different format. Now, usually what we do with Hearsay for Days is we have topics and we go into the topics one by one. Today we're doing things a tiny little bit differently because we have a special honorary topic or person of interest. Somebody who has been a big contributor to the show over the last year and a bit. You know what? We should have done a year anniversary Hearsay for Days. Because I'm pretty sure we've been going for more than a year now. But this lady has, I think she's appeared on every Hearsay for Days. Every Hearsay for Days. And I think I dislike her even more now than I did back then. More people dislike her now. I know that for a fact. She has gained more of a dis-following than prior. And you know who I'm talking about. She is on the thumbnail. She's probably going to come after me after this, I would think. But hey, I got a thick skin. I'm an Aussie, and I'm also all the way over the other side of the world. And I do love the cushioning of distance. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Hearsay 4 days. It is the 15th of September, 2024. Let's see what we're talking about today. It's time we expressed our appreciation for a regular contributor to our stream, the former federal agent. She's a Fed. We don't like Feds.
No.
We don't like Feds.
Glowy.
Well, glowies. No, we don't. Yeah. We all know and love, kind of. Oh, dear Jesus, no! It kind of looks like this, but that's being a bit complimentary. Right? So I found this gif of this FBI chick, and I imagine her kind of being like, Hey, FBI, come at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, yeah, that's not scary enough, like in terms of reality of what this person actually looks like. Hello, 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 FMM 2.0. How are you? How are you? You have a link if you would like it, and I understand if you are too busy or whatever, but it's lovely to have you in chat. Hello, Eric. It's headed right for us. I know, right? I tried to find a GIF for Coffindaffer. Unfortunately, couldn't. Now, the great thing about this person is there's just so many ways to make fun of her name. And I'm not usually someone who likes making fun of people's names, but this chick deserves it. Now, and here we have the lady herself. That is a real photo of her. I promise I haven't done anything to it at all, kind of not. Not at all. No. Oof. Yeah, I know. I think she was out on assignment somewhere when that photo was taken.
Mm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
She looks, what's that, Eric? She looks like 2 miles off Bad Road. Yeah. Okay. So, look, guys, I don't usually like picking people out and being kind of mean to them, but here's the deal with this lady. Oh, hang on. Let's just go to the next slide. Okay. So here's the deal with this lady. Here she is, Coffindaffer. Wife and proud mama of 3, retired FBI agent, law and justice contributor at News Nation. So she's a regular on News Nation, not my favorite source of news. The fact-driven news at News Nation. Fact-driven, unbiased news, as they like to call it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Expert witness, Eagle Security Group / expert witness. Note this, she has a company called Firearms Beyond International. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, boy.
What do you reckon the acronym is for that, guys?
Oh.
Firearms, but Beyond International. Isn't
Very
that
sus.
isn't that sus? Yes, let's just have a look at this for a second. So this is Firearms Beyond International, or Flowers by Irene. FBI. She works for the FBI, guys.
All the way to the FBI.
Yep. All I read, she's an actual idiot. It's true. There's no other way to describe this, right? So Firearms Beyond International, she does firearm training for, I think, kids or just everybody, but like classes of kids and things like that. Apparently, she's quite good at this. She's got good ratings for this kind of stuff. Combat training, encounter a rare opportunity to receive scenario-based firearms and self-defense training, expert marksmanship instruction, and combat shooting training as only the FBI can teach.
Was she the Wish.com version of Andrew Blanca?
Yeah. Click here to attend one of the scheduled defensive tactical firearms training events or self-defense classes. What is that? What's going on there? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, this is really.
Wait, why'd she use an arrow up there? Go up.
Oh, use a what?
Go up.
Yeah.
So for terrorism, she uses an arrow picture. That's kind of racist, Coffindaffer.
That is kind of racist, isn't it?
Wow. What are you assuming? Wow. Terrorists come in all different shapes and sizes.
I don't want to click. Can I still attend? I don't know. You ask her. Ask her, David. And can you come onto YouTube and talk to us here? That'd be nice.
Homegrown violent. She uses a quote from James Clapper, a very respected person.
Homegrown violent extremists continue to pose the most likely threat to the homeland.
So you use an
Okay.
Arab person? God, bigot.
Oh, yeah, that is, yeah. Wow, look at that. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to look at that anymore. Apparently she has good Google ratings and things for people doing that kind of stuff, whatever. Don't care. That's not my problem with her so much, except for the fact she uses FBI as the wording for that, which I think is really funny. Right, so let's get back to this. No, that's not my problem with her. My problem with her is the fact she spreads lies and propaganda via her platform, which the main reach of it is on Twitter. Look at her following, 86.4 thousand followers on Twitter. She's also got a YouTube channel and a podcast. People believe her because she uses all of this as her bio. So she says that she is a retired FBI agent. Goodness knows what she did in the FBI. Maybe she was some sort of, I don't know, desk worker or something. Who knows what she really did. It's kind of like Nancy Grace saying that she was a prosecutor, but if you actually look into her prosecution history, I think she worked actually as a lawyer in prosecution for about 2 years, and she was admonished. And then expert witness, goodness knows how much expert witness work she's done. And then she uses this platform to do whatever she can to denounce any presumption of innocence for any defendant there is that she can think of. And she has some special targets as well. She has some that she really, really hates. And we're going to look at a couple today. Some of her most recent very special targets have been Karen Read. She hates Karen Read with a passion. She's absolutely 100% convinced that Karen Read is guilty. And that is why we're calling today the Guilty Special Ops edition of Hearsay for Days. This lady is absolutely never going to back down on some of the things that she says. In fact, most of the things she says. You can throw so much evidence at her and she will just be like, well, you know what? Maybe Karen Read, I don't know. The Lexus just it just slid over him, and she didn't. But she definitely did it. Like she definitely did it. The Lexus must have slid over him. It must have. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way that she did it. She had to have done it.
No other
She's
way.
basically a tad smarter than this. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. MLS could not attend. He sends his regard. That's a shame, Lego law. She was under somebody's desk when they brought Pablo in. What's this? Sean is going through the motions. Had a dude on a while back who actually helped catch Pablo Escobar. He said she wasn't involved, proving her claims a lie. You can prove whatever you like for this lady, and she'll just double down on her theories. She's also well known for getting into a bit of wine on the live streams, which can be quite funny. Anyway, you may remember her from such memeable moments as the Fairview Road ring cam expedition. Let's play that back because that was fun.
I have some bad news.
Not working?
No. Are you using the same browser? Ghost.
I'm not too concerned about sound on this one.
Sound's working. It's the video
So
that's not.
The video's not working.
It's very glitchy.
The video's not working.
Sorry.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Are you going to use another browser or?
Yeah. Okay. So Dali's going to entertain everybody while I come back in a different browser because
Yes.
I have issues.
Tell me about
Dali,
it.
can you entertain everybody?
Sure.
Okay,
I'll be
then.
entertaining. What can I
Okay,
say?
you do that. So I put you up here.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just leave studio. Bye-bye. And you
Bye.
be up there. Okay, bye.
Godspeed, meddling kids. Oh boy, I'm here. Boy, how quickly can I get our stream banned? Babu is sleeping on the couch right now. He's a tired kitty. My favorite was a live stream where she reportedly said that John O'Keefe was charged with his own murder. Yeah, that was great. No pressure, huh? Let's go through the clips. Or no. What can I do? Play some sound clips.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, guys. So, that was weird because Hella and I tested her browser yesterday and it was working fine. Everything was good. And then she comes in and it doesn't work anymore. No, I'm not going to do that, Eric. Nincompoop. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's Babu and Junior. A new Wade call. I don't think we have any new ones. What was your opinion on Rittenhouse? I don't know. I assume it was dumb, but I've wondered that actually. I should probably look. Cat. Yeah, they missed again. Let's see. Yeah, they're really cool. Where the hell is she? Well, this is awkward. Okay. Let's see. What do we got, chat? What do we got? Maybe Discord app is running in the background on Hella's PC. She uses Apple, but maybe Discord's messing with it. Yeah. You missed bitches. T-shirt with Trump flipping the double bird. Oh, thank you. No, I've started to grow it out. I don't know. I've kind of been lazy and haven't shaved. Yeah, as far as Trump, reports are still really scattered. Looks like they were trying to oh, Hella's back. Yay.
What'd you get up to?
Oh, nothing. Chat and I just were talking.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you. Right, let's hope this works because I had to go through a whole sign-in thing. It was really annoying. And yeah, so
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if this works. Ready?
It's working.
Oh, thank God. Drama. Now, what did he say about me?
Just that you have a crush on Murdaugh. That's it.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Anyway. Oh, hello, Catnut Williams. How are you? Thank you for the super sticker. That's nice of you.
Aw, noob.
Who's a noob? I'm not a
Probably.
noob. Who's a noob?
Probably me.
Okay, probably you. All right, let's keep going. Sorry for the interruption, everybody. Technical glitches. I like Brave as a browser generally, but for the last week it's been screwing up, and I just did a upgrade yesterday. Thought everything was fine, and then it started doing that thing again. So I'm back on Chrome now. Okay. Perhaps she's amused you with her attempts to clap back at the trolls. Clap back at the trolls. Now, she's had some trolls in the last couple of days.
Poor thing.
I wonder why. I wonder what the troll thing is about. And there's a little meme there. I want justice for the victims. I know this by obsessing over Jennifer Coffindaffer every day. Jennifer says, oh, you need to get your Jennifer voice out.
What is with the nasty tolls today? Yikes, they are everywhere.
Tolls.
Yeah, I need a toll booth.
Now, you can imagine her saying tolls really went down well with her following. So, yeah, considering the fact that
sweetie, you pay for the blue check mark. You can edit your tweets.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, princess.
Oh, dear. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the
I whacked more today.
I whacked more today. Let's see what Kevin Keane said.
How much have you had to spend on tolls today? I hate you too.
She still hasn't worked it out. Look.
I whacked more today than I have in 2 months combined. Have a take. But if you can't control yourself enough not to name call, time to find another account to troll. I got it right. I am flying, so lots of time on my hands.
She still hasn't worked out the joke. What is going on? Okay. They've been relentless. Some of it's been quite entertaining, truth be told. So clearly this person actually likes it, but she still has some friends, right? But she lost most of her friends during the Reed thing. I think, was it Reed? That was really where they went. Yeah. She lost quite a few when the big shift in opinion happened on Koberger as well. And we're going to have a look at her takes on Koberger in a moment. Look at this. There is something in the air at the moment. A lot of toxicity.
Yeah, from you. Yes, let's swing it back to advocacy.
Because she thinks she's an advocate, right? So that is the other big problem that I have with this lady. Every time she posts something, she puts a picture of the victims up, and she makes it look like she is, she uses tearing on people's heartstrings and their sadness and sympathy for the victims and the victims' families in order to promote her agenda that the person who has been arrested or is the suspect or defendant is therefore guilty. Right? So you should believe everything that the prosecutors are saying, that the police are saying, because look at these poor, sad people. How can you possibly be not for justice for whoever?
Yes.
If you believe anything that the filthy defense attorneys are saying, then you must be against these poor victims who I'm going to show you these beautiful photos of. So therefore, listen to me. I'm the kind advocate, right? And that's how she builds up this loyal following of people who believe her to be this kind-hearted, sort of motherly kind of figure, I suppose. Hey, Factual Lie, how are you? Great ex FBI agent, yeah. Okay, let's go back. Let's keep going with what she's been up to. So I'll come back to what the trolls are about in a minute. Or maybe you're one of the many, many, many that Miss Coffin Lady has blocked.
Aww.
She blocks people. Are you blocked, Dali?
I am.
You're blocked.
It was a devastating day for me.
It was a sad day for you? Yeah. Yeah.
And I saw that blocked, and I knew It was over. She no longer liked me. We were no longer friends on MySpace. I was no longer in her top 8. It was devastating.
Blocked. Well, see, this is why I don't interact with her at all.
I don't
In fact,
either.
well, okay, I interacted on her thread once, and she tried to DM me, and she's
Ooh.
still in my trash messages.
She slid into
Right?
your DMs.
She tried to slide into my DMs, yeah. Because I don't follow her. I've said this 1,000 times. I do not follow this lady. And she's always in my timeline because lots of people I know follow her, and she has a huge reach. But I quoted her or something, or I interacted with somebody else in her comment section, and she tried to get into my DMs. And I think she said something along the lines of, if you would like to discuss this, but I only saw the first 2 lines. And I didn't accept the DM because I really have nothing to say to this lady at all. And
so
I also don't want to be friends with her because then she might block me, and she'll probably block me after today, whatever. But the reason I don't want her to block me is not because I particularly like her or anything. I don't, but it's just annoying when I run a show like this, and I want to be showing people her content. I like to show people all sorts of content, and then I would need a burner account or something like that to go and get her content. So that would be frustrating for me. For me. Nerdy Addict says this up here.
Someone asked Coffindaffer to unblock me for the evening so I can see all the drama without switching to my burner.
Yes, so that was just the other day. Something was going on.
Oh, poor thing.
Hey, Miss B. She says, we are all blocked. Chifter said,
I'm blocked too. What was the drama?
same here. So there was some drama. Some drama went down. And so I'm coming back to this, guys. Coming back to this. All right. But before we move on with some of Jenny's invaluable crime commentary, there's some breaking news. Breaking news. And Sarah wants to come in, but we can do this first. Haha, Phil, are you in chat? Phil?
Was earlier.
Okay, this is just too good to miss. This is too good to miss. Okay, so Phil says, and he loves it when you read his voice.
Breaking. Jennifer Coffindaffer attacked in parking garage. Coffindaffer FBI. Yes, Junior FBI. During live news segment about parking garage safety. Some will say it was set up.
Yes, some will say it's a setup.
No.
But is it? Okay, ready? Ready? Don't look away.
This is the brilliant Jennifer Coffindaffer, former special agent with the FBI. Tell me, you have taught me so much in the last 24 hours. Parking lots are actually one of the... The FBI thing? Tell me, you have taught me so much in the last 24 hours. Parking lots are actually one of the...
Was this the guy that attacked Juicy Smollett?
How good was that? Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Tell me, you have taught me so much in the last 24 hours. Parking lots are actually one of the...
I just can't stop watching it halfway. Of course, it's not real.
And what was he trying to accomplish with a witness?
Okay,
there?
all right. There is a context to it. There's a context to it. It's so funny. Sorry, one more time.
You have taught me so much in the last 24 hours. Parking lots are actually one of the...
Okay. All right. Do you want to read the comments, and I'll get out the reasoning behind it?
Is this supposed to be a ha-ha comedy skit or what? Asking for a friend. It's actually a self-defense training teaser. In the full vid, she punches the guy in the nards.
In the nards. I haven't heard the term nards in a long time. On you, Phil.
It's still a setup. I stopped watching the minute she was described as brilliant. Oh, she's not getting out of that if bro really wants to. IDK, I think we need another example.
I think we need another example. Can we see him like come at her from the front and then from the side? I actually really like this comment. I stopped watching the minute she was described as brilliant. So I missed the whole attack. And hey, Notorious Jules, how are you? That's just the most brilliant thing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a GIF out of it.
Yeah, you should.
I am so making a GIF out of that. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Nice find, Phil. Nice find. All right. So that's the breaking news. Now, why we will come back to why Coffin Liquor, that's what I call her, that's my name. Why Coffin Liquor is featured this week and why we have to hear about our topics via her posts. Sorry, and I promise this will come full circle. All right. So we're going to come back around to why we're having a Coffin Digger special today. I'm sorry. It's all about her today. I'm sorry. Right? Sorry. Say hi to Sarah if he's in a bad mood. That plus the kitten's annoying him. I might have been sitting on his tail too. Okay, so she thinks she's funny. She takes these memes from someone called Seabad Surf Chick and Chasing Paper 89. Sometimes during the week. This is Parody Monday. Oh, you can read it because you got your voice for her.
Okay. Parody Monday seems to be a reasonable plan. Hat tip. Seabad Surf Cheek. Chasing Paper 89.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So there's the meme. Sarah Boone volunteers to transport Brian Koberger to Ada County. Yeah.
Okay.
And do you want to read the responses? I think this is one. She usually gets hundreds of comments because she makes like controversial posts, but she got like 5.
That is hilarious. So appropriate. Suitcase Sarah.
Suitcase Sarah. Okay. Yeah, that was great. But segues nicely into my topics. So that's cool. Also, I saw Casper, you said Coffindaffer was a desk employee confirmed. Oh, really? Really? Isn't that interesting? Okay. Now, a lot of people got very mad at Jennifer Coffindaffer about her BS that she goes on about regarding Karen Reid. I've had a problem with her long before that. And let's just say the BS she goes on with regarding Brian Koberger has probably been and still continues to be the main thing that bugs me. So this week has been a really busy week for Brian Koberger news. There's been a change of venue announced. The Judge John Judge has stepped down, not in a normal sort of recusal kind of way, but he has stepped down in regard to the change of venue. He's decided to use some wording in his change of venue to say that he's no longer wants to be part of it. And there's been a lot of movement in terms of the Goncalves family, who are really the only family who continue to be very loud on mainstream media, talk, and on their own page on Facebook, talking about this. So Jennifer Coffindaffer likes to get these little bits of illustration. So there's illustration of the 4 victims. She puts them up and she writes these long-winded posts about how Brian is guilty and how the system is broken and how the trial's been held back and it's all the defense's fault and blah, 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 blah. And she's been doing this for nearly 2 years since this whole thing started. She is part of the reason why the change of venue happened. Unfortunately, people in that area, they see this stuff too, right? So she is part of the social media machine that taints the jury pool. And it makes me so mad that someone like this is so prolific in the community and puts their ideas out there and people just believe it. Anyway, that's me talking. Dali, would you like to get your best Jennifer Coffindaffer voice out and make me seethe?
Has there been an order to change the venue in the Idaho 4 case? It seems it could be true. It's not true.
It's not true.
I wanted to wait to post until I had some verification. I can only think of the families right now. I can only think of what must be going through their heads. Pick the jury from ADA County. But such a slap in the face to the community of Latah and to the victim families to move the trial, if indeed Judge decides to move the actual location of trial. The victim families have suffered, so, as have the citizens of Latah County. They deserve to have it tried where they can easily attend. No one wants appellate issues, but to try the case in Latah is the right thing to do with jurors chosen from another county.
What?
Sick about this. May justice be served for Maddie, Kaylee, Zaina, and Ethan. They seem to be so forgotten in all of this. Brian Koberger is accused of 4 counts of first-degree murder for slaughtering these young people with Kabar knife. Not true.
Okay, look, she's clearly not even read the defense motion for change of venue. If she were to really think about this, I'm thinking about her as a normal person now, and she's not. That's the thing. I'm trying to put like normal person logic into her brain, and she's not a normal person. She's like Nancy Grace, but she's like Twitter Nancy Grace.
Yeah.
Her and Nancy Grace would get along great, actually. I think they might have done a few sort of interviews and things together.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her idea is to bust jurors in from somewhere else. But for 3 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
No.
Moving the case was absolutely the right choice. Yeah. Hello, P. Lola's mum. Good to see you.
Well, they were the ones complaining about the trial having to be during the summer because of school and all these other issues.
All this stuff about logistics.
Yeah.
It was all so secondary to the fact that he was in the actual tiny little county where people were so invested in him being found guilty. There's just no way around it that he was going to be tried in that courthouse in the middle of this very small town where overwhelmingly people A, believed he was guilty,
Yeah.
and B, were vested in that outcome. So he had to be moved from there. It wasn't just about bussing in jurors. It was about just this overwhelming sense of need for him to be found guilty. People were saying they were going to burn the courthouse down if he was found not guilty, for God's sake. Like, it's out of control.
I hope the
This woman
court
has
clerk
no
writes
idea
a
what
book.
she's talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I hope the court clerk writes a book. Now, then Judge did put his order in, and she wasn't quite sure what she was saying here. She said, I don't think Judge will stay on the case. Well, it's really clear that Judge is not staying on the case, because she highlighted the section that says that Judge is not staying on the case. B, if the original judge does not desire to continue the assignment over the case, the judge must enter an order transferring the case without specifying the new place of venue, and then refer the case to the administrative director of the courts for assignment by the Supreme Court to the court of proper venue in another judicial district, and assignment of a specific judge to preside in the criminal proceeding. Well, you can see here he has referred to Criminal Rule 21C2B. So that is the one he's referred to, and it says original judge does not desire to continue the assignment over the case. Really simple, Jennifer. So it's not about don't think Judge will continue with the case. It's clear Judge will not continue with the case. So let's just have a look at some comments in relation to this. Oh, there he is. Poor Judge. We aren't going to see him anymore. And you can see Surprise there says,
It's clearly stated in the judge's ruling statements that a new judge would be appointed. Yes, agree. Poor wording on my part. That's why I brackets it in red.
She put the brackets in the wrong place. She put the brackets there, which is not it at all. The brackets should be on the 2B, and she should be highlighting if the original judge does not desire. She doesn't know what she's talking about anyway, sorry. I'm being pedantic now, but she just doesn't know what she's on about. Okay, here we go. So Karen Michael says,
does this mean we can start all over again with the motions and a different trial date once they have a new judge? Most have not been ruled on. What has been ruled on will stand, unless other motions for reconsideration are filed.
Yeah, okay. How about this one? This makes me so mad. I wish the judge would stop catering to him and give justice to the family.
Just
give justice to the families. What? So this person would just like judge to just stop making rulings and stop doing anything. Just give justice to the families. So just find him guilty. Just do it. Just stop all this stuff. Just find him guilty. Off you go.
Yeah, makes sense.
Liberty Bell says,
you were right about the judge stepping down, and the Gone Calves are happy about that.
They sure are. They're happy about that part. But we'll see about some other things about whether they're happy about. We'll see what's going to happen with that. Here we go. Let's see what Seth has to say.
I think the judge knows there should never be a chance for a retrial. Well, that's the goal.
That is the goal for most judges, yeah.
Changing the venue makes sense. Just look at the murder trial and how he could walk free.
What? Murdoch could walk free? That's news.
Wow. Wow. Somebody should let him know.
Someone get him on the phone. Let's get Jim Griffin on the phone. Jim, I
Yeah.
wonder, are you watching? He follows me. Jim, guess what? Murdoch could go free. This one. Do you think the judge is allowing the defense certain things, such as a change of venue, so they can't file an appeal later on if or when he is found guilty? That they can file an appeal on all sorts of things, lady. And don't you worry. They will if they can, and they're hoping that he's not found guilty. Okay, let's go back. So, we've read most of those. Then she continues, because this, like, she couldn't stop going on about it all week, and bits of information got let out throughout the week. So what happened was, the Goncalves family received notice on the weekend that the change of venue was going to happen. However, it was not officially announced. The judge's order did not get dropped on the court website until Monday. So they kind of shot their mouth off. Hello, the stats revealed on the venue
were shocking. I'm guessing he means like the what the local townspeople felt about Coburger.
Oh, you mean Dr. Edelman's
report
survey?
Or survey, yeah.
Hello, Sean. How are you? Good to have you in chat. Yes, I expect that's what you mean. Nice to have you in chat. I hope you're having a good day. Yes, so very much so. There was no correct answer other than changing the venue. Absolutely not. And then the judge's order, when it came through, he acknowledged that the court itself was not big enough. Oh yes, it was like 97% guilty and a sample of 15,000. Not 97% people believed that he was guilty, and that they would have to be convinced that he was innocent.
Yeah.
Correct. And there was a bunch of other questions that were just incredibly
believed were like completely wrong. But
oh yes, they believed that he was stalking the girls and things like that, which are actually things that were put out in the PCA originally, and the prosecution has now had to backtrack on that. The most recent thing that the prosecution has had to backtrack on, and this is just a huge one, is that the cell tower pings, the places where he was, they said in the PCA that he was nearby to the house. He wasn't. He was in the vicinity of the house. Vicinity means basically in the same kind of suburb.
Yeah.
So do you guys say suburb there?
Yeah, somewhat.
Sometimes. Yeah. So basically like within a few miles of that area, not on the street. So the way it was worded was very, very inaccurate. Hello, Dina. $1.49 super sticker. Thank you so much for that.
It's a Sunni.
Much appreciated. It's a Sunni sticker. Well, I object.
It's my sticker now.
I take the sticker.
Thank you, Dina.
Mine. Thank you, Tina. That will be my sticker.
You are so sweet.
Okay, now I'm getting bitten. Why are you so grumpy today? Stop it. Thank you, Dina, for the $20 super sticker and the $1.49 super sticker. Okay, so the little one was for Cindy. That's so cute. Meow. You're so sweet, Dina. Thank you. I got the cutest couple in chat. I have the cutest couple. I have Sean and Dina both in chat. They're adorbs. Seraph is desperate for a nap. Seraph napped for 23.5 hours yesterday.
Jeez.
I'm not kidding you. He got up to wee and he came back and soon he was in his spot and he was like, SWAT. Anyway, would you like to read Jenny from the block? What she's got to say there?
It is so hard on the victim families to watch. 1122 Keene Road and all of it held obliterated. Then you move to well, who knows where. Trial, delay, and dare I say more delay. As the families wait for justice and look on Brian Kohlberger with his gelled hair, watching TV and eating vegan. It is no wonder they remain so very upset. Yeah, being vegan is dumb. I'd be upset too. I'm upset at vegans. Yeah, I don't blame them. I'm kidding. Bless the families of the Idaho Four. Art by miracle for missing. Yeah, vegan equals guilty.
Vegan guilty.
He's sus.
I've seen so many vegans like stabby up all sorts of things like flesh and that.
Yeah, they're known for
they
their
do it
violence.
all the time. Anyway, is gel in his hair a real issue? Oh, they hate his hair. They hate his hair and his haircuts, his fresh haircuts. They hate it. They're so mad about his hair.
I like
and his suits. They don't. Well, it's the Gonclaves, guys. Like, seriously, the things they complain about. I'm not kidding you. Now, do you want Rosanna Perez? Do you want to read about the butthole murder?
Okay.
It's down there.
No, I see it. This butthole murder serial killer gets what he wants. Well, I don't think he wants to be in jail, princess. But okay.
People on the Gonclaves Facebook page say this stuff.
Okay. The judge of Moscow, Idaho should be fired. The entire world, yes, the planet knows if this killer and what he's done. Doesn't matter where the trail is held. Cruelty to the children's parents and families.
Yeah. It's amazing. So Jennifer Coffindaffer has gone and reposted Brian Enton's post, who I also love. Sarcasm. He's not as bad as Coffindaffer, but he's more problematic probably because he has a bigger platform. He's got News Nation. So Brian Enton says, I might do his voice because he's a bit of a girl.
Okay.
Kaylee Gonclaves' family react to judge granting change of venue in the Kohlberger case, saying they are incredibly disappointed.
Do you want me to read the family statement?
Okay. So, yes, sure. This is the family statement, and I may stop you halfway through. Go for your life.
Goncalves famille statement. The famille is incredibly disappointed in the judge's ruling granting the change of venue. The only good thing about this decision
is
it will be Judge's last decision in this case. The family has always felt that Judge favored the defense, and it was a common theme that whatever the defense wanted or needed, they got. The written decision is even more informative. If the judge knew Latah County could not handle this trail for safety reasons, not enough court clerks, well, I know one who's looking for a job, logistics and lacking space, why do we waste over a year in a county he knew was not going to handle the trail?
Okay, can we stop on that one, please? Sure. So this is really interesting, this part. So they're having a go at the judge because the judge has said in his order that the actual courthouse and its resources can't handle a trial of this size. And therefore, why have you not done something about this before, Judge? You've known about this all along. Now, I believe, and I've done some research on this in the last week or so, that he can't just change the venue of his own doing. He needs either party to put a motion forward for it. Now, there was a motion put forward in January of this year. He could have gone along with it then. Right, so he overruled it at that point. And then the defense had to go about getting an expert witness and doing their own research. And he even chucked a big mental about the surveying being done. Right, so him and Bill Thompson both got very angry about the surveying being done. So the surveying being done. But goodness me, where would we be now if we didn't have that data? Right, we needed that data. So Ann Taylor dug her heels in about getting that data. She said, "Don't tell me how to do my job, Judge," basically. But
hey, Steve,
it's the thing about this attack that they're having on the judge here. You knew about this judge, or what was he supposed to do back in 2022? Hang on, was it 2022 or 2023? Yeah, back in 2023, was he supposed to move the menu right away? Was he supposed to foresee all this stuff immediately? Oh, hey, Steve, how are you? Heading out to church. Bless you. Hey, good to see you. Always lovely to have you in chat. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday. Yes. So what was he supposed to do about it? So she's attacking the judge for not foreseeing this and not changing the venue earlier, even though she really, I'm saying she, I'm assuming that it's the mother, but it could be the father. But she really didn't want the venue changed. Also, she's saying that the judge was biased towards the defense. I don't think so. I think he's been, at least this year, has been a little bit more down the line.
Yeah.
Last year, he was extremely prosecution heavy. Anyway, where do we get up to?
Okay, so.
Knew we were going to handle the trial. So the points he mentioned.
The points he mentioned didn't all of a sudden jump up and bite him in the rear. Rawr. Another issue was the poor cross-examination by the state of the defense expert witnesses. A judge can only rely on the evidence presented, and when you don't properly cross-examine expert witnesses or present any of your own, you are left relying on the opinions of the defense. Then let's not forget the massive contradiction of having a University of Idaho employee as an expert witness, Eliza Cover, and at the same time allowing Scott Green, the University of Idaho president, to write a book claiming to be an integral part of your investigation. Finally, what was the point of the non-dissemination order? Private hearings, closed-door tactics, allowing the defendant to be dressed in
Oh,
suit.
no. Hang on. Allowing the defendant to be dressed in a suit for every televised hearing?
Bastard. How dare you? If not to
By the way, sorry, the non-dissemination order is the gag order. So they've been very upset about the gag order because they don't get to find out a lot of stuff as well. So with the gag order, there's lots of evidence that's under seal. All right, so lots of information that not even the families get to know about. And the Goncalves have been very upset about the fact that they are left just not knowing things that are happening with the case. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes, guys. Like, it's not your trial, it's Brian Koepberger's trial. So you don't get to see everything, unfortunately. And now they're asking, what is the point of that gag order if you were just going to move it? Well, who's to say that there wouldn't be a gag order in a different county?
Yeah,
go on.
As victims' families. You are left to just watch like everyone else, and you really have little rights or say in the process. And at the same time, you are the most vested in the outcome. We have always felt that a fair and impartial.
Okay, you two be friends, right? You need to be friends. That's it. Okay. You know what? If you can't be friends, oh, Jesus Christ. Look, she's been nice to you. She's been nice to you. It's all right. You're still my favorite.
We have always felt that a fair and impartial jury could be found in Latah County, and still believe that is where the trail deserves to be held to help the community heal. Thank you again for all your support and prayers.
Okay. Kat. Where is it? Where's Kat? I hate to hate people, but you know what, Kat? I was saying the same thing on the stream I did on this the other day, and because I was looking at their actual Facebook page and reading out their comments in response to people's response to this and a few of their other posts. I hate that I feel this way about them.
I know.
I hate that I can't stand that I feel this anger towards these people. Like, it rips me up.
They're causing issues.
They're getting in their own way.
It has the potential to backfire.
Okay, bye. Sorry, go
on. No, it just has the potential to backfire, and the other families are probably getting annoyed with them at the same time. I mean, I understand why they feel this way, of course, and I sympathize, but there's a process, and it's hard, frustrating, but
they're being so loud and so obnoxious, right? I hate saying that, but it's so true. And the things that they're saying are running so close to being contempt.
Yeah.
They really are. And they ran their own survey, for God's sake. Right? They ran their own survey of potential jurors in Latah County. What? And they have a lawyer advising them. What's he doing? What's going on there? Oh, what have they been saying? Oh, don't even start, Eric. What's my last stream? It's called See You Later. Later, get it?
Yeah.
I was pretty happy with the name of my stream. But yeah, in my last stream, I took people through their Facebook page and some of the latest interviews. My God, it's infuriating for anyone who cares about due process, and especially imagine if you're one of the other families. They're keeping a low profile, they're staying out of it, but then these people, the Gonclaves, they get on Court TV, they get on News Nation, and they're referred to as, okay, the victim's family speak. Imagine if you're one of the others and you're like, hang on, they're not speaking for me. It sounds like they're speaking for everybody.
Yeah.
But who's to say they are? Who's to say that that's what the other's actually thinking? So I know, for example, Ethan's family, they only live an hour away from the new courthouse. So they don't have to travel for 7 hours to the new courthouse. So I know that these people are complaining about having to travel for 7 hours. Ethan's family don't. So yeah, I know. Like, and a lot of people are tired of hearing from them. It's actually gotten to a point where there are a lot of people who have suspicions about Steve, which is really sad that it's gotten to this point. There are theories about the family and their history, their criminal past, things like that. I am not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm not that kind of streamer. That's not what I do. And I've never been really interested in looking for other theories as to who is involved in this crime, especially not looking at the victims' families. But that's a whole other part of the internet that's interested in that. But when you're that loud and you're talking so much about wanting a person convicted with very little evidence, there's going to be people who are going to start pointing fingers and digging holes. That's what happens. So, yeah, I only trust TikTok psychic. Yeah, fair enough, Mavka. Yeah, I don't really look at anything else but the TikTok psychic either. And that and the Tasmanian medium, the one with the Ouija board. Anyway, moving on. Here they are. Speaking of, Thomas Pereira says, "Hey Tom,
every day Steve comes up with another story, another detail. Now he says he's 100% sure he is the killer DNA under the leg."
Okay.
Then help me out.
A reminder that there was DNA evidence found on the sleeve underneath the leg. That good luck with that. Let's bring it on. Don't be scared of this. I mean, it's the pinnacle of evidence. Nothing is stronger than DNA. It's 100% science-based. And, we've got...
What? What? DNA under the leg and the sleeve? What are you talking about? This is new.
Well, and it's like, it's the strongest evidence. It's the pinnacle. No.
Okay.
It can be,
and
but...
It can't, yeah. See, and this is the other problem. He's spreading things like that. And, I mean, he's not the only one. Like, we can't really blame a layperson for spreading something like that. But you remember this guy now, Eric? Yeah. Yeah. I really want to do some streaming with some DNA experts and forensics people and talk about the admissibility of touch DNA / transfer DNA in court, because my personal view is that it should be inadmissible unless it comes along with some ancillary evidence that proves unequivocally that touch DNA is backed up by some other DNA or other forensic evidence that person was there or how it got there. Because just having that touch DNA there or that transfer DNA on its own in isolation, I don't think it should be admissible. People don't understand that it can come from here to here to here. They just think DNA.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, look at Zach. Look at how Zach got into prison. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And here we have this situation here where we've got Steve Goncalves going, it's the pinnacle. It's the pinnacle of evidence. It's 100% science-based. And then you've got someone like Joe Scott Morgan who gets on Court TV and he gets on Nancy Grace and he goes, 1 in 8 octillionths. Yes, yeah. Okay, it's Brian's DNA, sure. But how did it get there? It doesn't mean he touched that object. It does not mean he touched that object. That's important. That is important. And yes, I haven't even heard about any DNA on any leg. And do you guys know that there are 3 other male profiles that no one has discussed at all? There's 3 other main profiles in that house. At least. I mean, that's the ones we know about, right? There are 3 other male profiles. That'd be tons more. If we're just talking touch DNA or transfer DNA, like skin shedding, things like that, there'd be so many more.
Yeah, it's like sorority house or frat house.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how disgusting that crime scene was. Not even talking about what happened. No. I'm just
yeah, blood by friends. Is he talking about blood? I don't even know. If it's blood, that's interesting. Like, that's inflammatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so do you want to read these comments here?
The Gone Calves family even has a lawyer. They should really stick with the other 3 families and not give any more interviews or try to call any more potential jurors.
No, they really shouldn't be calling
They were trying to
jurors.
call potential jurors?
That's what the survey thing I told you about was,
Oh,
right? They did their own survey.
the family did. Oh,
Yeah. Because,
oh,
you know, they're market analysts.
I did not. Okay, I did not
Yeah.
put that
They
together.
they made up their own survey and they called people.
Oh, I did not.
Because
I missed
they're
that.
Dr. Edelman. They know how to do that stuff themselves.
Hi.
Yeah.
Is Brian
Hi.
guilty?
Yeah. Or do you think Brian's
Thanks.
guilty? Do you think that you could be unbiased? Oh,
Yeah.
I know you think Brian's guilty. Of course you think Brian's guilty. But do you think you could put that out of your mind and be unbiased?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Do you
Bye.
really think? I mean,
1.
yeah. Got him.
See, we knew it.
I know he's an evil murdering killer, but do you think you can put it out of your mind?
Yeah. Do you think you can
Okay.
be unbiased and just forget that he's an evil murdering killer for 3 months?
Yeah.
Sure. Is Brian guilty? 1. Yes. 2. 100%. 3. Absolutely.
Yeah, one of those check boxes like, do you like me, that kids use? She just sends them around to people and they talk. Is Brian guilty?
There's Misty Blue. Hey, Misty Blue. Oh my God, they will say anything to get on TV. Yes. Yes. There's that too.
Stop giving those to any press. The family is full of whack jobs.
Kind of, yeah. And I didn't want to say, but I'm going to. Their Facebook page is subscription based. So, well, you can see it, but there's also you can subscribe to it.
Okay.
For $1.50 US a month. I don't know if you get more content for that, but yeah. Okay. You're a grieving family. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. It just leaves this yucky taste in my mouth. I don't like it.
Judge.
We're back to Jenny C. We're back to Jenny on the block. Let's go.
Judge Hippler will replace Judge. The trial will be moved about 5.5 hours from Latah County to ADA County, hoping for justice for the Idaho 4.
Again, there she goes with the pictures. Right? Never, ever, ever post without pictures. Snibbles! Thank you for the 10 gifted membership, Snibbles. Our gifted memberships account been a little dry and thirsty lately, so thank you so much for the gifted memberships. We need them around here, and we thank you. We thank you. You are awesome, Snibbles. And I think it's time for Mr. Dali to get out his gifted membership voice.
Amazing Disgrace, Mati B, Sweet Tooth Fairy, Xena B, Sissy, The 3 Beers, Mike Dennis, Jessica, Not That Nike, and Tenelria.
Yay! Make sure you get into the Discord. If you're a member, if you've never been there before, you go to the membership tab and then you go to perks and there is a link there to the Discord. Come on in. We're going to do a voice chat this week. We're going to go into the chill zone and do a little, hanging out, doing a bit of voice chatting. Oh my God, John, it's so good to have you back.
I've missed you, buddy.
It's so good to have you. Missed you, buddy. Missed you, mate. How are you? Oh, John's back. And thank you for the 5 Excited Utterance memberships. Dali!
Yes, Wendy H, Freedom Rain, Stefani, Ravanja J, and Carlene.
No, thank
you,
so
John.
much.
And
welcome
Schnivels.
Yeah, look, Half Irish missed you too. Oh, look, Kat missed you. We all missed you. Dali and I have been talking, and we're like, where's John? Where's John? Where's John? Hello, Tanel, Ria. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, let's keep going. All right. So Judge Hippler is the one that is going to be replacing Judge Judge. Okay. So is that going to make a difference? Is that going to bring justice? Who knows? And by the way, members, we have a just dice emoji.
Yes.
Would you like to read these, please, darling?
I suppose. I'm so sick of this guy. Can't wait for this to go to trial. See him convicted and never see light of day again. Unbelievable the games this guy has played along with his attorneys. Sickening.
Eric.
Hippler. Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
No!
Yes. Okay. That's it. That's going to
No!
be his new name.
No.
I was like, he doesn't have a cool name like Judge
Please, no, we hope he's nice.
Judge. God, he's really, running that courtroom awfully strict there. Boy.
Or actually, Mercy has been digging up some stuff on Judge Hippler, and it doesn't look too good.
Is he a sassy judge or a brassy judge?
He has appellate appeals against him for excessive sentencing. So yeah, Mercy was saying that he's known as the hanging judge, but he hasn't actually presided over a death penalty case. But just hanging judge as in because his sentences are super harsh.
He's a failed painter judge.
He's a what?
He's a failed painter.
A failed painter. What does that mean?
The certain Austrian painter. Failed painter.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You're suddenly wondering whether Coburg was Jewish. Well, maybe.
He's kind of got the curly hair.
Don't know. Anyway. Right. So, people just think that Coburg has been playing games, and that's why the trial's taking so long. News for you people: if you have a look through the documents, you will see there are 6 motions to compel. In those motions to compel, there are listed out a bunch of different things that the state has not provided, and there's all these supplemental requests for discovery. It just goes on and on and on as to why, and it's very clear why it is the state that has been holding this up, not the defense. Absolutely. And that's been going on for nearly 2 years now. So, no. Coburger has absolutely not been playing games. It is the state who has been delaying this. Do you want to read Pinky's?
That poor judge. His last name is awkward. So much work he has to do. This should be his only job now and through the trial.
Okay.
Has to navigate that European theater. I hope they move Brian to the jail there. He's been and currently getting special treatment in L'État. I doubt he'd get that else. Okay. Yes, he will be shipped out.
I think you can get a ship from North Idaho to South Idaho. Is there a river?
Oh. Tanel. Oh, he's not Jewish. Okay. That's good for him. I don't mean to like that. I meant like going in line with the judge joke. Okay. I said that and I was like, oh.
You're like, good for him. Hang on.
Okay, that was a little awkward.
It was awkward. Dali has this thing called foot and mouth disease.
I do.
Yeah. Keep going.
All right. Jeez. I said that and I was just like, I really hope nobody noticed. I'm just gonna carry on really quick and just pretend not to. Like, okay, I didn't say anything.
Okay, that's
Does
fine.
does this automatically delay the trial, or does the existing docket get transferred over? There will be more delays and many more motions and hearings.
She doesn't know what she's talking about,
Shocking.
right? Often she doesn't know what she's talking about. She just says shit, right? And because she has all these credentials listed on her bio, people believe her, right? So really, I'll show you in a sec what's actually happening. There's XR. Hello, XR. The new Judge Stephen Hippler in the Brian Koberger, Idaho case. I just wanted to show you him. There he is.
Okay.
Yeah,
What does he look
just
like?
so you can recognize him. Yeah, I can't judge a book by its cover. Maybe he's lovely. Maybe he's just a big sweetheart,
Oh, he kind of
big
looks like
teddy
Brian.
bear.
Yeah, he looks like Brian Stelter. Holy
Who's that?
wow. That is Brian. That look. Oh wow. He's a very liberal journalist.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, some people say he looks mean. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's lovely. Don't know. I hope he has a good voice. Yeah, a good voice would be nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you're
this
going to
is
show me who that
yeah.
person is? Nah,
No.
nah. Stettler's face is more. Yeah, you're right. More round. Yeah. Hey,
Oh
Jim Cox,
yeah.
how's it going? Yeah, old line. Jennifer seems to be under the impression that former FBI means she's a lawyer. She has no clue. I know more about law than she does, and that's not much. And the other thing is, she doesn't keep up with these cases like enough to comment on things like, will there be delays? Will there be more motions? No, no, no. She doesn't watch them closely enough, so she can't really comment. Okay, and here's the reason, like, because look what happened. So, and hey to Chain, how's it going? Following the order for a change of venue, the dates for the hearings and trial have been cancelled. So that's what's happened, right? So the other court, the Ada County Court, went and just took the whole thing over. They took the whole docket and they went, just took it and cut it to pieces, right? So everything cancelled, everything, all future hearings, motions, pre-trial, and trial, all the dates are cancelled. Okay, so Judge Hippler's just come in there and gone, no, I need to schedule everything around me, and obviously other things happening in the court. So that doesn't mean that there's going to be more things or less things, like Jennifer was saying. She was saying, oh, there'll be more and there'll be delays, la la la. If I was to go and show you through the whole thread, she was telling people that it's going to take much longer and not necessarily. Judge just needs to reschedule things that were scheduled for Ladar County. It was all scheduled out for Ladar County. Now it's gone to a different place, and there's other trials and other matters that are already scheduled in at Ada County Courthouse. So he needs to work around that. So it doesn't mean that it's going to be delayed. I doubt it will be sooner. It could be a week or two sooner. Who knows? But it will be based around the schedule of that courthouse. Dear me. Dear me. Oops. So back to our Jenny. She'll make any connection she likes to badmouth her favourite targets. Online Red nailed it. Online Red always nails it. Always nails it. For those of you following the Sarah Boone case, you want to read her?
For those of you following the Sarah Boone case, this interrogation is interesting. She hurt her situation by insisting she was not intoxicated. Boone reminds me so much of Corinne Reed.
What? She reminds her of Karen Reed?
Okay.
Sarah Boone, Karen Reed. Even Sarah finds that amusing. Not Karen, not so much. What? She's like, it's just like, okay. Jennifer doesn't really go after Sarah very much, right? But she loves going after Karen. She will find any reason at all to go after Karen. So Sarah Boone's in the news a lot lately. Karen hadn't been for a week or two, not much anyway. And so she used Sarah as sort of clickbait to talk about Karen. I noticed this. I was like, what? I thought you were talking about Sarah. And you managed to make a connection to Karen Reed. They are nothing alike. Like, what? Are you kidding me? You can see it. There's that FBI intuition come in handy again. We all know that Boone was intoxicated and just spoke like a drunk, saying she was not. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
An
what it is.
alcoholic is in denial? Golly.
Oh, right, yeah. And then she goes and puts the video of Sarah Boone's police interrogation out there, saying that she's like Karen Reed. For real? Okay, so just on Sarah for a minute. Sarah has an extra lawyer this week. Yay! Justice for Sarah Boone. And you know, I like saying justice for Sarah Boone because it pisses people off. But but also because if there's no justice for Sarah Boone, there's no justice for George Therese. There's no justice. Justice is justice, people. Justice is justice. And I quite like the fact that there is now not just James Owens, but a couple of associates there helping her out. I didn't really love that she was on her own as a pro se defendant, in jail, incarcerated, unable to really defend herself properly against the state. It's only a few weeks to go till trial, though. I don't think it's going to be much of a fight. It's still David versus Goliath. But regardless of what anyone has done, they always deserve a fair trial. That's what the Constitution says. And over here in Australia, we have something quite similar. So the right to a fair trial is for the best of us and the worst of us. It's for all of us. So there are some YouTubers, and I'm not going to say any of their names, but there are some YouTubers out there who have been disparaging the lawyers who have come forth to help Sarah Boone. I don't like that very much. I think that these lawyers are doing the right thing. I don't care whether they get paid, and they've said they're not, or that one of them, James Owen, said she owes me or something. I don't care. I just think that in the interest of her having a fair trial, James Owens and a couple of his associates from around Florida have stepped up, and they're giving of their time to ensure that she does have a defense. And I don't think it's right for people to be pulling up, let's say, like going and pulling apart their lives, trying to cancel them, for example, in order to make fun of them because they are associating themselves with Sarah Boone. They're doing their job. Defense attorneys have to do their job. And I think it takes a special person to be a defense attorney and to look at somebody who you know has done something terrible, but still deserves a fair trial. So that is my take on it. And I need to give it to this guy here, Peter Tragos. he's actually continuing to impress me lately, because every time I see a general consensus, especially around this Sarah Boone case, of people putting down Sarah and her situation and saying she doesn't deserve to have a laptop, she doesn't deserve to have pens and papers, she's been given so much special treatment, because they just hate her. Actually, this guy here, he's been standing up for her rights and pushing back against chat, against the commenters. He has 250,000 subscribers, more than that, maybe even, I don't know, has he got more than that now? Oh, no, 422,000 subscribers. Wow, he's going fast. And he gets a lot of pushback, but he's so influential, and yet he comes along and goes, no, it's great that these lawyers are stepping up. It's great that James Owens is giving of his time. And here he is now, I'm going to show you, here he is now talking about the latest lawyer who is stepping up. So let's have a look. Let's tap and step.
Judge, if I have to file something, if I have to show up to a hearing, if I show up to trial, you know I'm on the case too. But Owens, my boy, is going to be lead counsel on the case, and Tony over here is just going to help him out as my guest. It says Tony Henderson hereby enters his appearance as co-counsel to James Owens on behalf of the defendant Sarah Boone in the above styled case. So let's take a quick look at Tony Henderson. It's not going to be the deepest of deep dives, not by my choice, but because Mr. Henderson's website is just a little bit, old school, I'll say. And it's short and sweet and straight to the point, but I'll tell you why he's my boy. I'll tell you why I like him. His experience. Mr. Henderson has practiced criminal law for over 25 years, has over 250 jury trials, recognized as a top lawyer in different organizations. But most importantly, folks, he went to the Harvard of the South, the Florida State University College of Law in Tallahassee, Florida. How about that? A fellow Knoll coming in, swooping in to help try to save the day for Sarah Boone. His office is in Milton, Florida. So he will be James Owens' co-counsel. So how about that? After all this time, Sarah Boone, after going through 8 different lawyers and having no lawyers, literally 0, now she has not 1, but 2 lawyers fighting for her, and maybe more to come. Look, this is the slogan. We will fight for you. And he is going to be fighting for Sarah Boone.
Isn't that good? So, like I said a minute ago, unfortunately, there are other YouTubers getting around who've gone and they've dug up stuff on Henderson, for example. Now, Henderson is just a co-counsel, and just things about his life, his prior history, and I just think it's gross. I just think it's gross. Henderson is just doing his job. People don't like defense attorneys. There are a lot of people in the world who think of defense attorneys as sort of only just a little step above the actual criminals themselves. And I just think that's gross. I think that's gross. They're doing a job. They're doing a really important job for the country. And without them, we'd have nothing. We'd have no system. So now that's the other thing, beautiful, wonderful. Why can't people count? Right? So she's got 3 now, right? So people are saying she's got 2 now. She's got 3. What happened to Beck? Right? Because we announced the second one. So she does actually have 3 on the record. And people keep saying about there being 8 beforehand, and I keep harping on, no, there was 4 beforehand. The others conflicted out. I've given up just about on that one. There was never 8. There were 4. The others conflicted out. I cannot wait for the hearing with the JAC when there are 4 lawyers who turn up to fight over the $15,000 flat fee. Because there won't be 8 lawyers turning up, there'll be 4. Anyway, regardless, Even James Owen got it wrong. James Owen, when he went and did his first interview outside the courthouse, he said, "Well, I know she's had 8 lawyers." No, she hasn't. She's had 4. 4 of them conflicted out. James, get it right. Anyway, but yeah, why can't people count? Now she's got 3. Regardless, I'm just pleased that she has some counsel. I wish they had more time to prepare, but that ain't going to happen. Judge Koenig he's worried more about what people outside here think than he cares about the process and about her getting a fair trial. I really believe that. I really believe that. He does sound like a smart guy. Yeah. She had the lawyers that conflicted out too. Not as far as billing is concerned. As far as the JAC is concerned, no, she didn't, because they're not getting paid or anything. They never stood beside her. They never argued for her. They never represented her. So no, she didn't have them. So that saying she had them is kind of a loophole. Anyway, and it's just used for sensational headlines, I guess, and people just don't know the difference. They haven't looked into it. People haven't read the order from the judge, which states really clearly that they conflicted out. They never actually did anything for her. It's probably only 3 who will fight for the 15K. Yeah, you're probably right about that online, because the first one, the very first lawyer, was just the court-appointed attorney who did her arraignment, and it was before the attorney that her ex-husband organized for her. So the only reason that she didn't go, I expect, with the first court-appointed attorney was because her ex-husband came along and went, "Hey, use this guy." And Sarah didn't want that anyway. She wanted a public defender. So there was a bit of a muck around that happened there. She fired nobody to Nell. She fired nobody. They all recused themselves, so they quit. And no. And the other 4, actually 3 of the other 4 conflicted out. So what that means is they, as soon as they came across the case, like they were officially assigned, but before they could do anything, they looked at it and went, I know somebody involved with the case. I was involved in some other matter that involved someone with the case. So, for example, one of them knew a witness. One of them apparently represented George in a criminal matter. So they have a conflict of interest and must recuse themselves immediately before doing anything. So they didn't represent Sarah for any period of time, and that's why they're not billing. So the other one, you know how I said 3 out of 4, was the one that her ex-husband hired, so he was private. So that's where the other 4 went. But there were only 4 state public defenders. That's where there's a lot of misinformation that gets around. She also asked for most, if not all, those 4 to be removed. There was one, Justin. So it was Bankowitz that she agreed for him to be recused. She agreed, Justin. I think one of the conflicted attorneys was moving to another state like a week later. It was something weird. Yeah. Oh, news always implies that it was her being difficult. Everybody always says it's because of her. Everyone always says it's because of her. Because it makes sense, because the court, then it's not their fault. Right? It's always the court. It's not their fault, because they can't then take responsibility for the fact that these lawyers are being allowed to just walk, right? And always Sarah's fault that she's the one delaying it, she's the one causing it, and it makes better headlines and it makes better YouTube streams, right? But don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you hear. She's a difficult person. I don't question that at all. I don't question that at all. But we're being fed a story, guys. We're being fed a story. And question everything that you hear. All right. Just let's have a look at a couple of comments. Get rid of her. Get rid of this. There you go, Dali.
Oh, in addition to claiming 5,000 times that it was unintentional, Looney Boons also claimed that she thought her victim could get himself out of the suitcase when she went up to bed. No abused victim would be able to sleep with the belief that her abuser could free himself at any moment.
Oh God, it's like people always like to put themselves in that position and go, "This is what I would do," or "No, no one could do that because I know exactly what a person would do." But you don't. You can't put yourself in that situation. Anyway, next one.
I don't see how she can argue that zipping a person into a suitcase, leaving them in there, and then laughing at their pleas for help is a reasonable reaction to DV.
That's fair. That's a fair comment, I think.
She's had 5 years and 8 attorneys to prepare for her defense. She's had plenty of time.
No. She's been in jail all that time, and how can she prepare for her own defense? See, this is really interesting. It's because when she was pro se, people said this a lot. She's had all this time to prepare for her defense, but no, she wasn't preparing for her own defense. She had lawyers. Like what do people think that people do in jail all day? Just sit around preparing, like making notes and preparing their own law arguments? No, that's not what they do. So that's not really fair to say you've had all that time to prepare. No. Okay, this one is interesting.
I love it. Sarah Boone is probably on a high right now. Camper in the
High right
town. Living my best life. She went from having 0 attorney pro se and being stressed out. Now she has 2 private attorneys, and the
3
is fire.
3.
The guilty verdict is going to be that much better.
Like she's going to be found guilty of something. I just wonder whether they can manage to get it. They're not going. No, actually, that's interesting. They can't get it brought down to manslaughter now, right? Right? They can't get it brought down to manslaughter because if it's a battered spouse defense, then manslaughter can't be a lesser included on battered spouse defense.
It could mitigate it could mitigate it, or be a mitigating factor to go down to manslaughter.
In the Ashley Benefield trial, chat, help us out. In the Ashley Benefield trial, was manslaughter a option? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It was.
She was found guilty on the lesser included. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, but her lesser included wasn't manslaughter.
No, I think it was reckless homicide.
It was reckless homicide. I wonder if.
No, she was found guilty of manslaughter. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I wonder whether that's what these guys are going to try and get it down to based on battered spouse.
Although she argued stand your ground, I think.
No, she lost on stand your ground.
Okay.
Yep. They had a stand your ground hearing prior.
Oh.
Yeah, she lost.
Well, she still claimed self-defense, though.
She still claimed self-defense. She still claimed battered spouse self-defense.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of a hybrid. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, because she had the added charge of the gun being used. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She was online read. She was guilty of manslaughter with a gun enhancement.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sarah's got that going.
Sarah could be used. Sarah could potentially have it brought down to manslaughter without the gun enhancement based on the Benefield ruling, if her lawyers are good.
Yeah. I think,
Wow.
yeah, there is a strong case for manslaughter.
I think there's a strong case for manslaughter.
And if you don't have to
Ooh.
worry about a gun enhancement, that really adds up time.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
This is going to be so interesting. And once you get here, guys, we're going to be playing it every night from 6 p.m. onwards on fast mode, so you don't have to sit through the sidebar, sit through the breaks, sit through all the lunches.
With trivia.
With trivia, with court trivia as well. We're going to be playing probably 4 questions at a time. We're not going to be waiting till the end. We'll sort of do it, have a little break every now and again for some trivia, so some court questions. And yes, if your mind is open, if you're not like, if you're tired of all of the chats that are just like, she's so evil all the time. We can say she's evil if you want. But if you're tired of all the chats that are just completely one-sided and you're open to whatever happens, guys, and you want to have some fun, here's where to hang out. Here's where to hang out. We're pretty chill. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Do you think there is a strong case for manslaughter? Yeah, that's what we just said. Or are you talking to someone else?
Oh, I think he's asking us. Because a reasonable person, I would not have expected him to die in the suitcase overnight from positional asphyxiation. I mean, would Sarah have expected that?
I've asked a few people this, and I mean, I've asked people in comments sections and chats who don't know who I am. And I've said to them, like, honest question, if you were in a situation where, I don't know, playing a game or something, someone was in a fabric suitcase like that, would you expect them to die?
Yeah.
And they've all said, no, I wouldn't expect them to actually die. Assuming you will let them out.
Yeah.
Right, forgetting the whole falling asleep part.
Yeah.
But just assuming that they were let out at some point, would you expect them to die?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. So assuming that you didn't expect them to die, but she fell asleep, right? And assuming that's the truth, that she actually just fell asleep. So that's unintentional, the falling asleep part, right? And the not expecting to die is the truth. Then obviously she was drunk and like slurring her words and saying all that crap to him. I know the things she said to him, that's very, very inculpatory, right? But the falling asleep part and the things that she said on the body cam the next day, like,
yeah,
oh my God, I fell asleep, I didn't know. You know, that part adds up to manslaughter because she didn't know that he was actually going to die. So, yeah. Add in that he was crying that he can't breathe. Yeah, I know, I get that part, Justin. But did she mean to go over and let him out, but she fell asleep?
Yeah.
That's the big question. It's like, would she have gone and let him out except that she fell asleep?
Well, and she did eventually let him out. I mean,
I don't know. It depends how the lawyers argue it. Depends how they argue it and how well they argue it.
It comes
and
down
whether
to
that's even the argument they come up. Whether I don't even know if that's the argument they're going to use. But it's so interesting because I feel like that's probably the argument I'd use if I were them. Yeah. And I don't know whether I'm not saying I believe that's it or anything. I find these arguments really interesting. And I don't mind having these arguments, and I don't find them outrageous, and I don't want to when I hear someone saying things like this, I don't want to go, how dare you even consider that? She's so evil. And that's what I get in other chats, and so that's why I'm like, gotta just start my own freaking channel. You know what I mean? No, I mean, I do mean that a year ago when I started this channel, because
Yeah.
legit, that's what other chats are like when it comes to stuff like this. It pisses me off. Pisses me off. It's like, can't we just have a discussion without everyone getting so outraged all the time? Would you just like to read this last one, Dali?
Yes. It's funny her attorneys have been accused of misconduct. Cop cams prove she called them for revenge. Jorge wasn't on the lease, didn't have a phone as she wouldn't give him his ID. He didn't have a car. She chained his bike to the air conditioning unit. She called the police twice on him in one day. He wasn't there for the first call. The second one, she came bouncing out of the apartment drunk, begging them not to arrest him. Violations of the RO. She continues to drink with her abuser. It's all on video. She was the aggressor. When Jorge escaped to his parents, she admitted she would go get him. She could have made him stay away. She didn't want to. Jorge was a victim of personality disorder abuse and of interrogation. What am I being arrested for? Really believe she did nothing wrong.
What's this about her attorneys being accused of misconduct?
Which, yeah, I don't know. Unless she means
Because
that.
he didn't say that.
Yeah.
And I watched his video. Like, I just picked out that little piece there to show you guys, but I watched his video. So we're looking at Lawyer You Know's comments, right? So this person here is talking about the attorneys being accused of misconduct. She must be referring to other YouTubers who are putting stuff out there that is just inflammatory towards her defense attorneys. I know that there are people who are saying, and I'll go back to here. Do you want to read what Jim Barnes says here down in the bottom right-hand corner?
I am a criminal defense attorney of 35 years in Pensacola. If fact, I was slated to pick the jury in this case. I am commenting BC. I want everyone to know that Owens and Henderson try a lot of cases. I have tried cases with them, and they are as good as there is.
Very good. See? It's nice to see somebody sticking up for them who seems to know something about it. I mean, I don't know if this person's real or not. You never know on the internet.
Yeah.
But I hope so. I hope so. I'm going to talk to some people I know in Florida and ask about this Henderson guy. I've already asked about James, but I don't really care, to be honest. These people are giving of their time and they have bar numbers. We looked at this Beck guy. We saw that he had that one admonishment. Who cares, right? Like, they're experienced. They're giving their time. She deserves representation. She wants representation. They're willing to give it. Why not? Why not? This is so silly. That is a good endorsement. Yeah. She'll get the fairest trial possible within the time frame. Unfortunately, beautiful waterfall. But yes, you're right. And just some dirt other channels dug up. It's annoying. He climbed in himself. He may have even said zip me up. I think the story goes that he did climb in himself, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? She clearly didn't let him out. I think Battered Spouse makes that argument trickier. It makes her seem like the controlling person if you argue she put him in there to teach him Milton. Absolutely, Kat. Absolutely, Kat. I really don't like this whole thing of who was the primary aggressor. Because, I mean, you can tell from all the police reports, and I've got them all now. Thank you, Dali. You can tell from all the police reports that they both abuse one another. But people are really sort of canonizing George, and they're making out like he's some sort of saint.
Yeah.
I think people are going to regret that when trial comes along and the evidence comes out about what was actually going on in that relationship. because I don't think that there's going to be some pretty nasty stuff come up about George. Sadly, you can't hide from that. People are
No.
saying that James Owens, how dare he say such terrible things about George? Well, he's going to have to, unfortunately. That's called evidence in trial. And we're talking about battered spouse syndrome. We are going to be talking about DV, and we're going to be talking about it on the part of the deceased. So maybe some of these things about Sarah being the aggressor aren't going to be as clear as people like to think they are. They think they'll be able to bring up George's brother. No, I don't think they'll bring up George's brother, or not in terms of what George's brother just did, with being
Accused of
convicted?
second degree.
No, he's convicted, isn't he? Oh no.
No, it was in May. He hasn't gone to trial yet.
Okay, so no, that definitely not. But regardless, there will be something about his upbringing for sure. So there'll be something about his home life, family life, whatever. So I doubt they can in any way bring up that his brother has gotten in trouble with the law. Yeah. Okay. So now I promised there would be a reason I was putting you through all this coffindaffery, right? I promised, right? I said I'd come back to this.
Yes.
Yeah. And you like coffindaffery?
I do.
Yeah. Well, it turns out this week we've seen the greatest ever entry into the Coffindaffer Hall of Fame. And by the way, that's a real hashtag. If you go and use it on X, you'll find so many entries into the Coffindaffer Hall of Fame. It's worth it, right? So go and look it up. There's tons of them. And that's by the architect. The architect started that one, but anyone can add to it. Hey, architect, if you watch this. Sorry. Whether you're into Karen Reid content or not, this is worth it. Cross my heart. And I don't usually put Karen Reid content up, but I'm going to just this once. Coffindaffer. So we were talking about Jennifer Coffindaffer before. Do you know who she is? If you don't, I'm sorry that I'm about to tell you who she is. All right. So David Yannetti, one of the two lawyers who represented Karen Reid at trial. I don't think he's going to be going forth to a new trial with her.
I'm not sure yet. Probably not, but
yeah. Okay. So just after there was a mistrial for Karen Reid, he put out this statement, and then Jennifer Coffindaffer complained about it. So would you like to read the statement first in your best Teddy Roosevelt voice?
Oh, God. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the door of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. We are in the arena. The triumph of high achievement is coming. Just us is coming. Ha!
Now, what Jenny said on the right is actually the second time she said it. She said it on September 13, 2024, but she had said it after the trial as well. So this is her second go at it, right? Look what she said.
Pathetically plagiarized from the great Theodore Roosevelt without giving President Roosevelt credit.
She said he plagiarized it.
Put it in quotation marks.
He plagiarized it. Right? Like, are you serious? Are you actually serious that she doesn't understand that that's a quote? Okay, so get this. Now, he ignored it the first time, right? But the second time, this time, he's come back and he's absolutely scolded her. Now, I'm going to give it to Nerdy Addict. Nerdy Addict has said, we've taken Yanetti's tweet and narrated it using Trump's voice. Why? Masterpieces always get remixed. Good morning. Now, you get a break. You get a break, Dali, because we get to hear this in Trump's voice. Ready?
The bestest voice.
My goodness, what a silly, unsophisticated person you are. As if anyone does not recognize the famous words of Teddy Roosevelt. Quite frankly, Jennifer, words that have inspired many for generations and continue to inspire me today. I put his words between quotation marks, specifically to attribute them, not to take credit for them. In addition to a shrunken white lesson, you could also use a refresher course in constitutional law, as you obviously have zero respect for the presumption of innocence.
Oh, where's the rest? Oh, he didn't say, please go away. Please go away and pontificate about some case that you actually understand.
Silly
Nerdy.
woman.
Silly woman. Oh my God. How good of a burn was that? David Yannetti. Okay, so people loved that. There you go. Want to read some?
Did Coffindaffer say something? She has me blocked so I can't see it. I sure hope someone posts it. I could use a good laugh. I'm guessing what she said was composed in belligerent, drunken ramblings. I truly feel sorry for the people that must languish in her home and company. I bet her family members live in fear of her awful, scowling face accompanied by her drunken fits of rage. I pray for them.
Yep. Oh, Vegemite Toys says, mate, that was an expert level dunk. Oh, Julie Carpenter is a troll. Oh, good, David, you're replying. Can you please address this video? It appears you perpetrated a fraud on the court. What's she talking about? Oh, who cares? The young jerk said it wasn't that difficult, even for a child like Coffindaffer. Google. This quote, often attributed to Theodore Roosevelt, essentially states that the person who truly deserves credit is not the one who simply criticizes from the sidelines, but the one who actively engages in challenging endeavor. Oh, let's see. Jennifer said something in response.
We shall agree to disagree. Giving credit where credit is due is a humble and a noble thing to do. I know a lot about nobility. And to personally attack me for being silly and unsophisticated instead of merely saying, so right, I should have given credit where credit was due, explains a great deal to many of us. Admit nothing to make counter-accusation seems to be the mantra in this instance, and concerning the case against Karine Reed.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, Kat, thank you so much.
Hello. Oh, thank you. Isn't that
Yeah.
nice of you? 10 Excited Utterance memberships from
You're so
Cat Not
generous.
Williams. That's very lovely of you. Would you like to read them out, Mr. Dali?
Yes. Valhalla awaits. Melissa Filson, Rochelle, Leslie Petchek, Rogue Mama, Sandra Dearman, Abby, Terry Lebeth, Earth Gal, Highs Outdoor. Thank you so much, Kat.
You're lovely. Thank you. And thank you for being here. Much appreciated. And if you are a new member, make sure that you go to the membership tab, go to the perks, and there is a link there for our Discord. If you are a member of either my channel or Mr. Salvador Dali's channel, you get to join our Discord as a massive perk because we're so perky, even at this stupid time of morning for me. Yes, it's Monday morning. And you've seen the sunrise, haven't you? As this has been going on and my cats have been fighting. And we'll be doing a chill zone this week. So we'll be doing some chat in our Discord voice chat. Make sure that you get into our Discord, guys. We have probably, I don't know how many 100 members, but we've only got about 60 of them in the Discord. I don't know why people don't like Discord. Actually, I just think it's the technology,
Yes.
the technology gap. But click on the link and you'll see what joy you can have being part of the Discord community. That's all. So come check it out. And yes, check out Cat Not Williams if you haven't already. Absolutely.
Thank you,
Ew,
Kat.
my cat sneezed on the iPad. That's really not good. Would you like to read this one here? Just the last one.
Sorry, Jennifer, but someone had to put you in your place. To deliberately stalk a post from 7 months ago by David Yannetti was a pathetic reach by you. Then you further gaslight with this statement at the end of your response. Admit nothing and make counter accusations seems to be the mantra. In this instance, and concerning the case against Corinne Reed, this behavior is expected from you as you have zero credibility in all things Corinne Reed.
Hello, Rachel. Good to see you. Yeah, I was on Ping's live. And Ping is usually on at my 3 p.m., which is you guys midnight, something like that. 1 a.m. something. Ping is Australian and he does Ping late nights for US people. So that's our afternoons. I like Ping very much. And maybe he can come on my channel one day, but you have to get up early. You have to get up really early. It's good to see you, Rachel. Unfortunately, we're about to finish really soon, but thanks for being here. Press the subscribe button and the notification button with the heavy bell, please. And I'm going to ask everybody to do that for me because I noticed that if you don't have the heavy bell on, you don't see us when we're live, right? So it puts you up to the top of the live list and it also gives you the notifications in time when we are live. So make sure that you don't just have your bell with the empty thing on. Make sure you have the filled in notification button on and press the like button before you go to. That would be awesome. Share, subscribe, and do all the YouTubey things. That'd be great. So if you're not annoyed enough already, be sure to jump into Coffindaffer HOF, which is Coffindaffer Hall of Fame on X. Go ahead and add stuff to it too. It's once you start looking through the Coffindaffer Hall of Fame, you'll be annoyed, but you'll also just be amazed at the stupid stuff she's posted over the years. She never backs down. She never backs down from her stupid theories. And I wish Elon would take her account away. But the thing about it is that Elon's too good with free speech. That's the thing about Elon. I love Elon in that he can't name a baby to save his life, but he is good with free speech. He even lets silly people like this talk. So that's life. Coffindaffer's Hole of Shame. Yes, Ping is a YouTuber. Yes, indeed. What's Ping's channel? Yeah, I'll have to get it for next time and put it in chat. Damn. Hella. Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be covering Boons Live on Thursday, Hearing Live on Thursday. Will it be live though? Because, hang on, we'll talk about it in a sec. Okay, we do this every Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So, Rachel, you're up early. we started at 6 a.m. That woman stooped to a new level talking to the Garcia's family. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about that man who the Minnesota cadet copper who was he didn't make it through training? Is that who you're talking about, Rachel? There's a guy in Minnesota, and he was doing some training, like going through like physical defense training, and he had his teeth knocked out. Oh, you are talking about him? Yes, he had his teeth knocked out, head beaten in, spinal fracture, things like that, and he passed away, unfortunately. And Coffindaffer's gone and gotten on to X and said, oh, maybe he had some prior comorbidities.
Wow.
What? Prior comorbidities, and his head was kicked in? What are you sweeping for, Coffindaffer?
Wow.
What's that all about? Why are you sweeping for the police force? Oh, it was in Massachusetts. Sorry, did I say Minnesota? It's Mass.
Okay.
Yeah, Massachusetts. Yeah, of course it's Massachusetts. Yeah, M words. I am going to cover that. I am actually going to cover that. I saw it come up yesterday. It's terrible. It's terrible. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, this is Mass State Police again. Yeah, this is going to be a huge story. Thank you for reminding me about that one. I want to get onto that immediately. I can't believe that one. It's shocking. The injuries on this guy. He's 25. His family are just obviously devastated. And then there's someone like Coffindaffer comes along and she's like, oh, I wonder if he had any comorbidities. Are you actually kidding me? How insensitive. The family says it's very suspicious and she's been horrible private messages. She's been sending private messages to the family? Are you kidding?
Wow.
He didn't do anything. So he's a copper, like he's a cadet policeman, and he was doing some training, like defensive training, like combat training. And in training, he got his head kicked in, right? And spinal cord snapped and teeth knocked out and stuff, and he died. And so he didn't do anything. He was just killed in training. And Coffindaffer's come along and posted about it and gone, oh, I wonder if he had any comorbidities. It seems a little bit strange. And yeah, she's been in contact with the family and she's sweeping for the police. She's sweeping for the police force about it. So it's just awful. It's just awful. So they just beat him to death during training. It sounds like it. Well, it's just whatever it was. It wasn't supervised properly. Clearly, that ain't training. No, that woman doesn't know when to not talk. Yeah, she needs to shut up. And she's kept posting about it too. Prior comorbidities, they will just call it COVID. Yeah. Prior condition results in teeth getting blown out and skull cracking. Yeah, exactly. What prior condition? Exactly. The family says it's very suspicious and she's been horrible. Private message. Yeah, okay. I'm going to cover this in the next day. Thank you guys for reminding me, and nice to have you here, Rachel. What part of are you in Australia, Rachel? You from Aussie or not? Thank you for being here. Shribbles, I'm sure there's an expert witness in MA that will testify to the possibility. Yep. All right, so we do this every Sunday. Guys, thank you for being here. Much appreciated. Dali, what have you got coming up?
Excuse me. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing some more of Wade Wilson and probably more of the trial, unless something else breaks.
Ooh, unless something else breaks. Let's hope nothing breaks. You're in Idaho, Rachel. What part of Idaho? Are you anywhere near Lake? Because if you are, I'd like to talk to you. Or Ada County. Anyway, lovely to have you here. Lovely to have you here. Okay, now, in answer to Beautiful Warriors, Beautiful Waterfalls question, I just checked the time. Sarah's hearing will be 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Ooh, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. That's 3:30 a.m. my time. I might be able to do that. Maybe. See, if nothing else is running, they'll probably run it live.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. It's the thing. It's like there's not much point in me getting up at 3:30 a.m. if they're going to not run it.
When
you know how they
is it?
The premieres later at night.
What day is it?
Thursday your time.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. What I can find out.
Yeah. I'll get back to you on that. Probably. If not, I'll run it like 6 p.m. Eastern. So I'll definitely run it, no question. But whether it's live or whether it's on replay at 6 p.m. that night depends really on whether or not they run it live, because I haven't been running everything live lately. So we'll see. I'll definitely be running it. Also this week I'll be doing some co-burger streaming, and I'll be doing some Boone streaming. I have all the discovery now. I have the autopsy of poor Mr. George. So that's a bit icky. Yeah, we'll be getting ourselves ready for trial. So getting our backs in order, doing a little bit of trivia maybe as well, catching up on some of that, catching up on some of the interrogations and the body cams. All Adelson trials, jury selection starting Tuesday. Big Court channels will cover that trial. Yeah, see, if that's happening, then it's possible the Boone hearing might be on premiere in the evening.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's a big trial on that, that very well could be the case. In which case, I might as well just sleep till 6 a.m. and then play you the Boone hearing when I get up. Because you know what, Sarah likes to save it for when I get up. Yeah, and I'm going to cover something to do with this poor fella who passed away in Massachusetts. So I'll do that tomorrow. I'll run you something on that tomorrow. That's about it, guys. It's been a long stream. Thank you very much for everything. Become a member. Join our Salacious Outrageous Discord community. Thank you for all the gifted memberships today, guys. There's been quite a few. Thank you. Also, Kat, I've missed your super sticker. Thank you so much for the super sticker earlier. $5. That's really very much appreciated. Thank you to FMM 2.0, my bestie in Ohio. Thank you to Schnibbles. Thank you to John. And thank you again to Kat Not Williams. Awesome. Alrighty. And I think it might be time for the song. I think it's time for the song. Are we ready? Are you ready to dance, little one?
I am.
Ready to dance? Are we ready?
Her name was Helen. She was an Aussie. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. The co-host is Dali and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud, and because she's an 803. To the Excited utterance. Her cat is staring through